Good morning, everybody. This is Dan, and this is the Week 12 video for stats in the spring of 2012. This is our test week, and this is probably the biggest and most important exam over chapters 7 through 9 here. I know there's been a lot to cover the last few weeks. We've been doing confidence intervals and hypothesis testing with one proportion, two proportion, one mean, two means, and paired data. So there's 5 big topics plus some things on type 1 and type 2 errors and things like significance levels. So lots of work to be done. Test will be later this week, either proctored or in class if you're in my face-to-face class. And we will be broadcasting a test review on Tuesday, April 10th from 10 to noon. And that will be recorded. And also remember the online office hour Tuesday night at 9 p.m. I would strongly encourage you to go in here to chapters 7 through 9. And just like always, you can take a look at the old tests folder. And I've got the tests from the last 3 semesters here. And I would encourage you, just go ahead and maybe even print that off if you want and try to take it. And then there's a video going over the solutions and, really attack those. And I think you should feel comfortable after you go through those. The biggest problem people seem to have is when I'm going to go into the chapters 7 through 9. I'm going to go to videos, I'm going to go into formula sheets. A lot of the thing is people have a hard time with the formula sheet. So really there's 3 questions you need to ask yourself when you're doing this. Number 1, are you doing confidence intervals or hypothesis tests? So that kind of cuts it in half. And the next question is it means or proportions? And in general, whenever we see means, we're going to use T. We're going to use T here. And when we're using proportions, we're going to use Z. And then the next question is it 1 sample or 2 samples? So if it's 1 sample mean, we're right there. 2 sample means right there. 1 sample mean right there. 1 sample proportion. 2 sample proportions. 2 sample means. And the other thing is the last thing we covered was paired data. That means the data was connected, and all you're really interested in there is the average difference. Like somebody's on a diet, you weigh them at the beginning and the end. So if you're testing the same person twice, or the age of a husbands and wives, they're paired data. So we're interested in the average difference and the standard deviation of those differences. And on your test, I'm going to give you those things. So I'm going to show you if we go back to here, and if I go back to videos, videos over chapters 7 through 9. So we've got some videos over proportions, means, 2, and paired means. It's 2 samples of the same thing being tested twice. And then there's the videos over how to use the t-table, hypothesis test, and some critical values. And I think I'm going to be posting one there maybe on how to do the how to use the formula sheet. So there'll be I would strongly encourage you to get out there and do all those things and take a look at these videos. Try to get that homework done, preferably by even Monday or Tuesday night, with just a few questions to clean up, so you can really focus on studying for the exam the rest of the week this week. We do have in the course content under the discussion board area, we've got the link to a study. I know a lot of you are probably not really going to hammer on that this week, but once you get your tests done, maybe that's something you should look at and really try to complete early next week, because then I'm going to throw out the last discussion board about creating your own research study, and that'll be our last discussion. We only have 3.5 weeks left this class. You will be taking the final on Tuesday, May 1st. So on Tuesday, May 1st, you'll be taking the final, and that'll be it. So got a really hard last 3 weeks here, a little over 3 weeks, and really encourage you to communicate with me if you have questions about anything. Take some time to show up for office hours or watch the recordings of those, and also hit that Ask My Instructor button when you're doing your homework. And then we have the last 3 chapters here. We don't do a lot over each of them, but that's what we'll be covering the next few weeks, and there'll be a few questions on the comprehensive final about that. So again, feel free to contact me anytime. We'll have hopefully lots of opportunities this week to get deeper into what we've been doing on the homework, and we're going to be tested over that later in the week. Have a good one.